What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Volks TV. We're getting rid of motors like crazy right now. Got Gary's motor out of here last week. That thing's getting ready to go into another bus to get that guy down the road. Cleared up a spot. Now we got Terry's big motor here that we've been trying to work on for him. Trying to get this thing from being a sandrail motor to being a good bug motor. We figured out what the crazy noise was in there. The valves were just crazy loose, like set to 1/4 inch. I mean, it was bad news. Not as bad as that one where the rocker, all the adjusters were falling out and the rocker was loose. Not that bad, but they were loose. So I got them all set nice and tight. Everything's good, ran the motor, sounded all right. Still needs a couple tweaks here and there, but no big deal. So what we did was we stripped it down to basically a long block with carbs and an alternator. And I put a doghouse cooler on there. Terry's been ordering parts like crazy for me. I keep sending him stuff, making a list, and he's just ordering stuff and bringing it over. So we got the doghouse cooler conversion on there. I put a pulley that actually has some timing marks on it, rather than the one we had, which was just sandblasted off, had no marks. I don't know how you expect to time it with no marks. I don't know, but we're all good now on there. Polished up the valve covers, checked everything, the spark plugs and all that. Took those giant filters off out of here, so we got some good stuff getting ready to put on there. This is all the stuff that we took off over here. The Baja exhaust and these weird tins that don't really cool anything off. They're just kind of aluminum in there. And then the high-end Coors Light coil cover. Got all that stuff off. This is all swap meet stuff. Half of the stuff is already basically sold, which is good because you can sell stuff and you can kind of make your money back a little bit. And then over here we have the new stuff. We've got a brand new Udo built transmission to back up that huge motor. We've got some new tins. You might recognize those white tins. Those were the ones off of my 1835 when it was dual port. And I went back to single port. I put the single port tins back on, but those are brand new. They just need a coat of paint. I've already trimmed them up to work on the Superflow heads on that motor. It's different. That's why they look different, because I had to cut a bunch of metal off and bend and tweak and trim. So those are good now. We're going to get some paint on there. I got some brand new Canon filters to put on those carbs. We'll have to cut those little bolts down. And then he's got an exhaust, a really nice A1 exhaust that we're going to do, but he's getting it ceramic coated right now, so we should have that in a couple days. We'll do a video putting that on too, because that's going to be nice. But for now, we're going to clean some tins. We're going to throw some paint on there, and then hopefully get them installed on that motor and make that thing look a whole lot better. So come on, let's go. All right, there's all the tins that we're gonna do. We're missing the little pulley tin at the bottom, but that's okay because he's gonna order one, and then when it comes in, we'll just shoot it real quick and slap it behind that pulley. It's easy enough to do. But this is the hard one, and these ones are kind of tricky to put on. So we're gonna get these all painted up. Probably not gonna get them put back on today. Let them dry overnight, and then we'll do it tomorrow afternoon. We'll get everything put together. But before we can do that, we want to wipe everything down with TSP. This is trisodium phosphate. This stuff is amazing prep for paint. And you can spray it, but I find if you spray it, you end up wasting a lot of it. So what I will do usually is take some paper towels and just kind of soak them like that. And this gets rid of grease, oil, residue, all that junk. So let's wipe these off in fast time, and then we'll shoot some paint on there. All right, there she be, all clean, ready to accept some shiny new tins. I did the best I could to clean up, you know, everything that you could see at least. It actually wasn't too bad. There wasn't a lot of oil anymore. The case was a little bit dirty, but man, it's hot in here. It should be okay. So we got those tins all painted up. They're dry. I did the 4-step process. We got like a base kind of primer, and then a different kind of primer, and then we got the color, and then we got the clear coat. Lots and lots and lots of clear coat. We let that dry quite a bit between. What that does is it lets you wipe off fingerprints. I keep looking at the tins. It lets you wipe off all your fingerprints and all your goop that you get on there, any kind of oil or anything. So they'll stay clean a lot longer. Everybody's terrified of having a white motor, but if you paint them correctly and you get the clear coat on there, shouldn't be any problem. Like those other tins that I did on that round, you know, round thing on my bus motor, they came out back from that other builder filthy dirty, covered in oil and stuff, and they cleaned up pretty good with, you know, just some simple green, and it's because they had clear coat on them. So let's start putting this one together. I'm missing, like I said, a couple pieces of tins, but those are coming and they'll be done later. So we'll just do the ones we got, the shroud, the head tins, and then the front tin, and then the little fingerly tins that go in the front there. The ones underneath I already got. Those are the ones I made that accept the header. I ended up not using them on my motor, but they're perfect for this motor. Those were already black and nice, and I just put them on, and honestly kind of a pain to get them off, so they were already fine. The rest of these we're gonna put on right now. Got the and these are gross because they're cut up stock tins, but that's all I can do for these heads. These are crazy Superflow heads, so these don't like spark plug wires either. Is that out of the way? There. Well, almost. Okay. If you pre-fit your tins and pre-trim everything, you're gonna have a lot better time putting everything together. These I kind of put on and took off and put on and took off a bunch just to, why is that even on there? Get rid of that. A lot easier this way. I put these on and off several times to get them, you know, to fit easy. As easy as possible. So there we go. Now the fun one. You pick it up without touching anything. There we go. Oh yeah. There we go. Just one. Here, I make a little adjustment here. There we go. There, that wasn't too bad. Now we get to wrestle that alternator back in there. I gotta kind of pick that thing up again. How do we do this? There we go. We're gonna use my super awesome stainless hex bolts that I love. I'll put a link to these down below. I sell them as a kit, and they're pretty awesome. They look great and they work really well. There we go. Yeah, always check, make sure that you don't have a rubbing fan. This one's pretty good because I already did it once. So I already tested it so that I adjusted everything, make it not rub. Oh, sometimes they shoot at you. It's got to go down a little bit. Well, there you go. Man, look at that. That is pretty. And hopefully it'll run as good as it looks. Once we get the exhaust on there, we can fire it off and get those carbs tuned, although I guess they're pretty close. I mean, it sounded okay when it was running before we took it all apart. Now it's going to cool nice because we got the doghouse cooling in there. I'm trying to convince him to maybe get one of Andrig's fans. We'll see. But you know, we got all the right tins. We got the little tins underneath. We got the little tins way down here to block the header heat from coming back up. We're just missing the one pulley tin behind the pulley there, which is on its way. It should be here any day now. And we'll get that put in. And, you know, I think that's it. We were going to change the wires, but I think the red looks good with the gray and the white. I painted the linkage because it was just kind of pitted and gross. And when I sanded it, it wouldn't really polish. It was just kind of eh. So we went with gray. I got, you know, some little gray in here. We'll probably paint the intake or the filter bases and lids too gray, just so everything matches. And you know, it's kind of nice. It stands out a little bit. Too much chrome. We don't like too much chrome. So we got the chrome pulley and we got the chrome back there and we got some polished stuff here. Just enough, you know, tasteful. But I think it's all right. So when that exhaust gets here, we'll shoot another one where we get the exhaust put on there. But other than that, I think we're done for today. I'm surprised we got it dry and on with no fingerprints or greasy spots. Got one little piece right here that's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to have to get some touch-up paint on there. But beyond that, I'm happy with it. So, you know how it goes. Hit the links, check the friends, get you a shirt. Subscribe. You got to subscribe. You got to hit me in the comments. And thanks for watching.